Okay, everybody. If you can hear me and you are watching, if you could comment that you can hear me, I would greatly appreciate it. Just to make sure my audio is working. I'm pretty sure it is. I do test that stuff out, but you never know. Um, okay, so let's get right to it. So I wanted to do this recording. Some of you may see it live. Some of you may see it after I'm live. Again, if anybody's on and you can hear me, please say yes. Okay. But I want to talk about our LMS and what is the difference between LMS and just different training. What is an LMS, right? Because we get a lot of questions about that. Yes, thank you. You can hear me. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. So the basic meaning of LMS is learning management system. Some people will say learning management system or software. It's technically, I looked it up, it's software, but I've heard system or software. But basically, it's an online platform where you can administer e-training, online training, video content, get reporting, manage staff, onboarding. You have automations in reporting and training, testing, quizzing, workflows around grading and onboarding, and just the softwares are normally pretty robust. And so that's what we have. But in addition to the software, we have 600 plus videos of specialized content for the repair industry. That does not mean that we only work with the repair industry. Actually, some people don't know this, but CellBotics does work with other companies that need training assistance and training development. And we've used our platform to help put their training on it and help their team develop training on a wide range of topics, actually. So that's really fun when we get to do that from time to time. But we have all of this repair content that sits on this platform. Plus, our team is always updating with new content. And we provide support, and my team basically becomes your team when you have our LMS. So I'm going to go through all of that and how it works, but let's take a look at the software, right? The stuff that we're really here to see. So I did want to point out, because I know some of you watching this may be RFA members, because I'm so tightly connected with RFA as being the CTO. The platform that you get is not a white label LMS. It is just a list of courses, but it's still really good. It just doesn't have the reporting and automations and onboarding systems like an LMS would, but you actually get this platform as an RFA member. So there's two different logins as an RFA member, and this is going to be quick, okay, for those of you that are here for the LMS. One type of login is for your technicians, which is only repair content, which you see here is just repair content. And then another login that you get is an owner's login, which has all of our business content, things that pertain to owners that your team would not need to see, wouldn't really pertain to them. So this is actually included for all RFA members. So keep that in mind. If you're a one-man shop and you really can't do the LMS, LMS is really built for multi-unit owners or individuals who are growing to multi-units, franchises, things like that. Okay, so but if you are a single unit owner, or you just have a few locations and you just need a training option, then become an RFA member. You get this full platform with all of these trainings. A new hire training is in there with 116 units in it. You've got all of our video vaults, just tons of stuff in there. Plus you get our lives and all of that. So let's get to the LMS. All right, I just want to check and make sure that's still showing up. Okay, so if any of you chat, yeah, okay. I can't really see the chat while I'm doing this tab, just so you know. I'll check comments later. So this is our LMS. It is white label. So what does white label mean? Well, that means it's your logo, not ours, and that's completely optional. So some companies do want the CellBotics logo. We've heard things like, well, we get more buy-in when it's not from us. It's actually in conjunction with a company that has some recognition around training. And then some companies like, we don't want them to know it's you at all, right? So it's really up to you. It is white label. It has that option. So where it says your logo, that would literally be your logo. The full platform is completely customizable. So every color you see, this gray, this blue, the lettering, everything is completely customizable. So this is an admin login. This is a type of login that someone at your company would have access to, that would be managing the correspondence between my team and your team. So like your admin, your learners would not see this. They would see the learner style login, which is right here. So this is what a learner sees, right? Minus these orange boxes that say instructor, because they wouldn't be an instructor either. They would just see the courses and their percentage of completion, okay? So let's get back to an admin. So as an admin, this tool is extremely powerful. If you are a growing company, owner or manager, and you are struggling with new hires, making sure your team can keep up with new processes and systems that come out. When you have new product launches, you struggle making sure that everybody understands everything, right? Not only does this platform come with our content, which I'm going to go over in a minute, but we also will assist your team and coach your team through developing their own content. We will edit it, make it LMS friendly, and load it onto the platform. And that's included in the subscription to the LMS, which is really a game changer. Because you think about, if you have 50 locations or 20 locations or 100 locations, and you need to buy a whole, you need to hire people who know how to edit content, develop content, chop content up. They know how to use the softwares to load it. They understand how to set up the automation. When you think about, would you expect one person to know all of that? Well, normally, no, they don't. I mean, you've got some people that understand the content, right? But they need someone, a developer, to teach them how to record themselves properly, right? Then you have trainers who understand how people absorb information and how to deliver information and key points to touch on depending on where the learner is, right? And so if you think of all these different positions that you would need to build out a platform like this, well, my team becomes your team. My team is at your disposal of your team to be able to assist in getting your own custom content onto the platform. In addition to our 600 plus videos, you would have your own content, and it really becomes extremely customizable to your company. Additionally, all of our content is able to be chunked out and moved around to make custom courses. We have a lot of companies on here that have custom courses that, in conjunction with our team, our content and their content, have created custom courses for their team members. So this is really a powerful tool. So as an administrator, now if you had a bunch of employees in here, you would see this would be all over the place, this chart here. Your users would be much more longer. You would have much more data in here than what's there right now. Now, reporting in this software is just mind-blowing on what you can report on. I'm not going to spend time going through each report. If you're interested in more detailed information or a more detailed demo, please reach out to me or CellBotics. You just go to cellbotics.com and click contact us, or you can comment on this post. You can send us an email, info@cellbotics.com, and we can get you set up with a full demo. And then we can even give you a 3-day access to be able to use the platform. But the reporting is, it's just mind-blowing, the reports that you can set up. So you can do reports on user interaction, their testing, their quizzing, how long they stayed on videos. You can do reports every single hour. You can do reports every moment. You can do reports weekly, monthly, annually. It's so customizable. And the reports can be automated. So your team doesn't have to log in to get the reports. When working with my team, at any moment you can say, hey, I want all of my managers to get a report every other week of any staff that failed a course with 70% or lower. And I want them to get that at 9 a.m., right? So it's completely, I hope that shows you how customizable it is. It's completely customizable. And my team assists your team in understanding how much customization they can use. So we know that, you may not know all the features the system has. Well, my team actually will work with your team to make sure that they're utilizing the software to its fullest potential whenever we do our onboarding. So there's a lot that you can do here with the reporting side of it. So let's get into the juicy stuff, the content. Okay. So there's also instructor style logins. Every admin can also view as an instructor. So an instructor can add people to a course, remove people to a course, reset their learning progress. So say you have an employee that was halfway through a course and then they left for a month and then they come back. Well, you don't want them to pick up where they left off at. You want to go in there and you want to reset their learning progress so they can start that course all over again. So it's really, really easy. If we go in here, this is a course on how to use this platform. This is like the first course that everyone takes. If someone wants to add if a instructor wants to add someone, it's very easy. You would just click add here and they would be added to that. And I'm not going to do that because this is just a sample and I don't want to add real users into the system. So if I go here and I hover, I can see that this says synchronize and this says reset. So reset is going to reset all of their progress. So say this person had 10% completed of this course, all I would need to do is go in here and easily reset that user, okay? And we can see here if we click, I'm gonna open a course that's been watched by someone, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I'll go in here, I'll go to users. So again, this is an instructor. Okay. I go here and you can actually, oh, I know which user, Tabitha, here we go. Okay, so you can see here, if I hover, I can see the time that they spent on that, that course, right? And that specific line item, the date they completed it and the time they completed it. So if it has a green check, they completed it, but it'll be orange if it's not completed, and then it would tell you where they ended it and how many minutes they have left. So it's really, really, really detailed what you can see, as far as what your employees have watched, not watched, I'm going to get a little bit of the settings behind that in a moment. But yeah, so this is, like I said, it's totally customizable. The software is really, really awesome. I know it kind of looks simple right now, but there's so much you can do here. You can do conferences, so you can actually hold live video through the software that counts as a course, offer a quiz at the end or a test that gives them a grade that can then give them a certificate. It also has a knowledge base. So you can see here, I put 2 sample posts in here. It's called discussions, but we use it like a knowledge base. And even my team, when you do onboarding, you can give us permission to add in common issues that we find. So if, one day an issue comes out with iPhone 20, right? And we hear about it through the grapevine and it just came out today. We're just hearing about it. Well, we'll go right in here and we create a discussion and we send it to all of the companies within the software that we work with who have given us permission to post within their platform, right? And so your team would immediately get notifications of that issue and can come in and ask questions about it. And they can always look at it as like a knowledge base for the future. And they will not see other companies' employees. So there's no, like cross mingling of employees. The way that the software is set up is, so CellBotics is the big umbrella, right? And underneath the big umbrella are smaller umbrellas, which are a company brand, right? So brand A, brand B, and then under each brand, you have stores, you have districts, you have groups, which can be manager groups, technician groups, where you can all assign different trainings, different assignments, different requirements, different automations. And so each small, company A, company B, company C, you cannot see each other, right? But CellBotics is a larger umbrella. We can manage everyone. So the discussions is pretty cool because you can use that as a knowledge base for your company. I mean, don't just think repair content. I mean, we've got companies in here that have put SOPs, how to open the store, how to close the store, how to onboard someone, how to, do unlocking, how to buy a device, right? You can store all of your information here and push it out to your employees and require them to watch content, pass a test about it. I really love it for new product launches because you may launch a product and the product company itself does not have a training platform. I've seen this many times where they sell you a product and they may get on a Zoom and just kind of run through with your team how they can sell it. But you need something official, right? So you can tell that company, hey, we have an LMS and we want content about how to sell and use this product on our platform. And they can provide that to you. You put it on the LMS, you push it out to all of your team. They have to watch it, take quizzes, take tests. And now you know that not only did they pass it and watch it, they have a resource to return to if they have questions about that product that you just launched. I mean, that's really powerful. All right, so finally, I'm not going to take too much of everybody's time. Let's go in as a learner and let's actually look at some content. So you see points. Yes, gamification can be included. It's included. It's optional. You can turn it off, turn it on. It's up to you. You don't have to use gamification. So it is built into the system. They will accumulate points when they log in, pass a quiz, interact on discussions, and we have a whole list of ways they earn points. And then you can redeem that for actual items on your side. We do not have a redemption system within the platform. You redeem it and you adjust their points. It's a very easy system to use. And so you can get creative, with this. So let's take a look here at some of the content. So concentrated courses always gets people because if you start there and you're a beginner, you're going to be like, why do I need to know temperatures of a battery and how a battery is made and, what chemicals are inside of a battery? Well, as a beginner, that can seem overwhelming. But as someone that's been doing repair for a couple of years or even a year, you may want to go that extra mile and learn something really, really, scientific. We do research. This is like deep research into these topics to make sure that they fit someone that has some experience. Our platform is mainly built for beginners, but we do have some content in the works that is for people that have more experience. But our main goal here is to maintain your level 1, level 2 technicians and your new hires and all of that. So we don't have any micro soldering or refurb currently. Okay. We have our live training slides. So have you ever wanted to offer a live training for your own team? Well, we've been doing that since 2010, 2011, and we give you all of the same stuff that we train with in this platform so you can train your own in-person training when you hire people. We have some companies that have quite a few employees, and so they do batch hiring. So twice a month, they actually will bring in, 10, 15 people. They have a classroom set up within their building, and they train an in-person course. Well, you get all of our slide decks, you get my team's assistance in setting up your in-person slide decks to make sure that you're covering everything you need to cover. And then my team's training support. So basically, if your team is struggling with training, doesn't understand delivering training live in person, and they need coaching, right? My team's going to provide all of that to your team to help them. And people say all the time, wow, this is a lot, right? Well, the goal here is that there's need to been a tool like this for a very long time. And I've known that for years. And it took us a few years to actually build this and launch this and make sure it was right. And so we want this to be something that companies are using, and it's a no-brainer, and it's a necessity for any company that's doing any type of repair processes. So depots, processing centers, R2 facilities, multi-unit repair stores, right? And so having a live training option is really important, and we know how to do that. And we have around 300 slide decks of information. And why would you need live training slide decks if you have a trainer? Well, if you've ever been a trainer or had to teach someone something, first off that you can forget things dependent on the mood that you're in as a trainer. Some days you just don't, feel on your A game, or sometimes you are on your A game and you digress on topics too much and you miss a topic you're supposed to spend extra time on. It also helps the learner know what order you're going in and have something to visibly look at as you're training them. If you train in-person courses for your employees, if you're onboarding staff and you're training them in like a training setting in your building, please reach out to me. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a game changer for your company, and your trainers are going to love it once they understand how to use it. It's going to relieve a lot of pressure from them having to organize everything and deliver everything live right there. The slides do account for live repair and things like that, but it helps them stay in order and takes a lot of pressure off of them. So that's included. So we do work with retail and new and depots. So there is a new hire course for retail and there's a new hire course for depot. This is just a sample, so it just says depot, but we have it for retail as well. Has about 140 units in it that you would, the way that we've designed these. So this is where I got this from. So when I was a teenager, I went to work at McDonald's and they sat me in a room for 2 days and I watched a computer and I went through all these modules and I learned about what it took to be a McDonald's employee. And I don't know, that just always stuck with me. Like, wow, okay, so if I could just have a course where an owner or a manager could sit an employee at a workbench, have a computer in front of them. We tell you all the tools they need, all the devices they need to take the new hire course. And then you can just kind of close the door and walk away and let them follow the course. That's exactly what this is. Now you can check on them, they can ask you questions. And we have a manager's course. So why do we have a manager's course? Well, we have courses for your managers to know how to help a new hire going through that course. Because you can't just tell the manager, yeah, just have them take the course. The manager needs to understand what they're learning, what order they're learning it in, how to set expectations, how to support them through the learning process, what to do for them after they finish the course, what should be expected of them. And all of that's covered in the manager's course for administering a new hire course. That's a lot to say that 3 times fast, right? um, Now we have some like concentrated repair courses. This is just 3 of them. This is just a sample. We have courses that specifically focus on a topic. So say your new hire is taking the new hire training. It's 2 months later. And now, of course, they took some charge port training in there, but maybe you want them to start getting into Apple Watches now. Maybe you want them to get more in iPads. The new hire course does cover iPads, but what if you want them to get deeper into iPads, right? It also, the new hire course covers iPhone charge ports and Samsung charge ports, but what if you want them to get deeper? What if they're struggling? Well, there are specific courses just around that topic, okay? And yeah, I'll just go in here so you guys can look at it. So you can see here, I don't think you're going to be able to hear it, but I'm going to click play. Okay. Some of it is like this, like a slide, right? But some of it is actual repair work, which I'm going to show you something. So as a learner, I cannot skip ahead. So if you see here, if I go here, I don't know if you guys can see this little speaker in the corner here. If I click another tab, she stops talking. You see how the speaker goes away? So your staff have to stay on the tab for the video to continue to play. So this is really important. We are trying to prevent people from doing other things while they're taking the training. We want them to be involved in watching the training. In addition to that, we can turn on a feature that would require the employee to have a random photo taken whenever you want of them. The camera will actually snap a photo of them. So this software has a lot of options here to be able to help you make sure that your people are actually watching this and learning from it, right? So let me go in as an instructor and show you some of this content so you can see it. So I'll go down to the same one. There you go. Okay, and I'm going to click here. Okay, so this is actually a repair video. Oh, sorry, that was actually an intro. So an instructor can actually skip, they can actually skip through the videos. You can see here. So I'm just kind of bouncing around. I don't know if you guys can hear that audio. Okay, let me go ahead and go back. That's just a little sample. Again, if you guys want to see the content more in depth or the platform, please just reach out to us. We'll definitely get you a demo. Yeah, so there's a lot of customization here. We've got our repair courses and then we've got our video vaults. We've got, how to use an iPhone, how to use an Android device. We've got, and so much more content coming out. We've got train the trainer, how to hire a trainer, how to hire employees. We've just got so much content for you. Our video vaults. So I'm gonna end this after this. The video vaults are vaults where your employees can go to look at information instead of having to go somewhere like YouTube. So these are instructional videos. I want to be very clear. These are not YouTube videos. These are not meant for an algorithm. These are instructional videos that someone can have a device in front of them and follow along. And they can, in the video vaults, they can actually move the dial along and they can move throughout the video. So if they already know some part of the repair, they can just pull across and get right to the part that that they want to be at. But these are step-by-step instructional. So the trainers are doing the repair and verbally speaking through every step. Temperature, how long, what tools, be grounded, where are you struggling, right? And we don't make this look easy. We want to actually show the learner, hey, you know what, you may struggle right here. This adhesive is pretty hard. These are some issues you may have. So these are instructional content videos. And then last but not least is the help. So it does come with technical help. So if they're struggling with a repair, they can submit this. This is a ticketing system that goes to my team, and they will respond directly and help them through any repair issues. And that also comes with, this is software support. So if they're like, I don't know, I can't use it, this isn't working, this button isn't clicking or whatever, all your team has to do is submit this. This ticket goes to my team. They'll reach out to your admin if they need to make sure that all issues are handled. So yeah, that's an LMS. Let me get back over here and I will stop sharing that. So I hope you guys learned something. This platform is really, really powerful. If you've got growth in mind, you're a multi-unit owner, you own a depot, R2 facility, you want to get into repair, and maybe you're an activation company, you mainly focus on activations and you're adding repair. This is a really, really powerful tool. And if you have any questions, just reach out to us. And thank you all for watching.